welcome back to part 2 of the Skyblock mob spawner that I built. Before we start building the mob platform, I wanted to go down and change the way that this trough works for the fire, because I thought of a way that will work a lot better than the way it currently is. So what we'll do is, well, yeah, it'll remove a little bit of this. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're completely out of lava so that we can start from here. Now, we're still going to need this little bit, but we won't need this back part. So we can actually get rid of this. It'll make it smaller by quite a, well, at least one row of blocks. And then let's fill this. No, we don't even need that. Oh yeah, we do. We do need that. But we can fill this in. All right, so what I decided to do is if we do this and then break that one out so it goes sideways, and then we take this one, and that one out so that you can see that it goes there. This will be functionally the same because of our ladders that are in place. So it'll look a little bit cleaner up here, and we can actually go down here, and I think we can get rid of these because, whoops, no, we can't get rid of that one. We can get rid of that corner. So that is functionally identical. So if we jump down into here like we're a mob, it's still there, and it'll still burn us. All right, now that we've got the back end fixed, I want to build the actual things. Now what's going to happen is it's going to have this little square is going to be in the center, and we're going to have 4 water troughs to go off in each direction. So let's start building off that way, and we want the water to stop right here, so we need to build 8 blocks back. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we can put a block up there. And we do the same thing over here. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and put a block. And now we want to put sides on this so that the water travels the right way and not off the edge. So we just build that out, and we build that out. And once we have the trough built, we can just drop our water right here, and it'll flow off to the edge, and it stops right at the edge. So now we just need to copy that over here. So I'm going to go ahead and finish all 4 of these, and then I will be back. Alright, so when you're done, you will have 4 water troughs that all empty in to the main floor. Now, you want to build these actually up too high, because if a mob jumps in here from the spawning floor and walks back, he'll be able to jump out, and we don't want him to do that. So we want to build this up a second height. So I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back. And we're done. So, now all that's left is to build the floor. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put 1 block of wood here. I'm using wood because, whoops, all fell off. Because this is where I want to remind myself that I want these holes to exist when the lava is poured on the roof of the building. So like that, and then over here like that, and we're good. So what I like to do is I like to make my spawning tower round, because Minecraft is such a square game that I like to make it as round as possible. So the easiest way to do that is to come over to this end, and what I do is I start at this corner and I go back 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I click 1 over here, click, and then 3 more, 1, including that 1, 2, 3, and then so that they line up properly, I come over to this side and I do the same thing. So we want to come here, and we want to go 1, 2, 3, then we come 1, and we go 2, 3, and it gets it pretty close. So then we just come 1, 2, and 1, and now it's kind of round. And now all that we have to do is fill it in with cobblestone all the way around. So again, I'm going to cut and finish the floor, and we'll talk again. And here we go. This is my completed spawn floor. Now, again, the only thing left to do, once we can do this, is to repeat this 3 blocks up. Now, the reason you want it 3 blocks up, I guess I could add a caveat there. It needs to be at least 2 high before the next trough. So if that's where the trough comes, it needs to be at least this high so that regular mobs can fall in to the thing, but Endermen cannot. If you want Endermen to spawn, then you have to make sure that your next trough starts right there, coming across. And I'll admit, for an example, we'll just build this trough. What you want to do is you want to come across, back to the center. And you can leave it just like that. And then we want to put a block here. You can do all this without fly mode, of course. Fly mode makes it a lot easier. So and there, and then if I want to go up, oops, let's go ahead and kill that. What makes it a lot easier is to add a frame around this, and actually I like to make my frame one larger on the bottom, so it would actually come here, whoops, right there, and then you just go around and outline it. So I'm going to go ahead and put my wall up before I finish this. Alright, so again, slight pause. Alright, my minions, I'm back. I have finished building my spawn tower. Oops, there's a block missing. Let's go ahead and fill that block back in. Ooh, a couple blocks. Hope it's not that way all the way up to the top. Alright, so this is what it looks like. I actually built one level and then I stacked it all the way to the top. I'll show you what it looks like inside in just a minute, but first I wanted to talk about how you get the lava to flow down each of the holes. So first, we gotta get rid of the wood for each of the holes. So we'll just take this all the way down, because the lava needs to flow. If it doesn't flow, it'll cause serious problems. And it goes all the way down. We'll go ahead and go all the way back up. Oops, go over here. Like I said, you can take all these out without using fly, and it's you can totally build this without using any cheats or anything. So I'm just using it for convenience. But we need to remove all these wood, because if we don't, the lava will flow onto the water and it will stop our water troughs. So let me just get rid of these. Except for at the top. Well, not yet. At the top. So, what you want to do to get the lava to flow all the way down is you want to build a ring around the blocks of the holes so that the lava has a place to flow. And now, the nice thing about the way lava flows is we can actually build sort of like a tiered thing to get water to get the lava to flow into these. So let's go ahead and add a ring around here so that there's a trough, and then we want to build up one, and then we can take our lava bucket and we can put it right there, let it start flowing, and then God, stop with the rain already. This is like the 17th time I've had to turn off the rain. And then you want to, I wish I had a real bucket. Here, we'll do this. Let's get a bucket first. A real, honest to goodness bucket. Not a bucket of milk, an empty bucket. And take it out of creative so I can show you. Once it's flowing down that hole, you pick it up and you dump it over here, and it'll start flowing off the other direction, and it'll connect to the lava that's already flowing down there and keep supplying it with power. So then you pick it up and throw it over there, and you'll burn yourself. Apparently it wasn't so bad. And then you pick it up and you throw it over there, and it'll connect to all the other flowing lavas, and it'll provide the power to keep them all flowing. I'm not quite certain. Oh, I think I have to do up one more. So let's go over here. Ow, ow. Still thinks it's creative mode. That might be a bug. So let's go ahead and put it up one more so that it flows off the edge. And then we'll pick this thing up. And we will jump over here. We'll throw it there and run. And that should continue to provide the entire tower with lava. Now the reason this is important is it needs to flow down all 4 of these corners in order to power the system below. So let's go ahead and bust our way in. We'll switch back to creative. Bust our way in so that I can show you what this thing looks like on the inside. And the columns of lava will give us light, so I can show you. Oh, I lost my cobblestone. Oh yeah, I threw it on the top. So there. So this is what the spawn floors look like. They're 3 high, so that Endermen can spawn. Like I said, you can do it 2 high if you don't want the Endermen to spawn. And then these lava columns go all the way down. Whoa, stop throwing. Catch. Okay, these lava columns go all the way down to the bottom. Now, you might say that having lava going down in the rooms might stop mobs from spawning, and you might be right. So the way you stop that is you just, on each of your floors, stop throwing the thing, give it back. On each of the floors, you just put walls on either side of your lava. Make sure that you don't accidentally put it into the lava stream, or it'll stop the flow of lava. And I'm already starting to get evil sounds because it thinks there's room for spawning available. So, and you can see it starts making these rooms really dark. If I make sure that I'm set to sunrise, you'll just see this is a closed-in room. It won't, once these columns of lava are blocked in, there won't be any light in here. And we'll just do this one. 1, 2, 3. Come over here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and dark. So now this is a fully functioning spawning floor. Now, like I said, with the height being 3, it'll spawn Endermen. Now, to get the Endermen to stop spawning and jumping into the water, you add a row of blocks right here. And that will stop 90% of the Endermen spawning and falling into the water. Okay? Now, the reason it's not 100% is because if you've got your columns like this, let's go back up here. You got this little section right here where mobs can spawn. You can still have Endermen spawn on there. If you don't want that, just throw a block up. The reason I leave it open is with it being too high, creepers and skeletons and everything can spawn in there as well. And it works. So this thing will now spawn and be a functioning mob tower. So let's go ahead and get out of here. And let's go ahead and turn on baddies. And the reason this is cool, the reason it works so well is the way that Minecraft works, your mobs are spawning at 24 blocks away. But it means 24 blocks up they can start spawning as well. So if I stand here, just park myself, you hear they start falling, they start cooking, and they start coming through, and I start getting drops immediately. You're going to want to make sure that the floor that you're standing on is adequately lit, so that you don't get mobs spawn on your floor that you're waiting for builds. Or another thing you can do is you can just build a room around this so that it stops. Now, if we just let this go, it'll create quite the pile of gook for the guys to do. Now, let's go ahead and turn on no clip so you can see them dying in there. We poke our head in right here, you see that they just sit there. And eventually, they flow over and die. Wow, I didn't get so many insects before. So this creeper and this zombie can see me, so they want to actually come get me. So let's go ahead and move over this way. And that way they'll walk into the fire. And they'll just die. And you get tons of stuff. So, that's the end of this video. The mob spawner trap working. I don't know if it's adequately shown here, but spiders don't really work in this tower because of a problem with the way that spiders can climb walls. All the spiders, when they fall down, they end up in this room, this one right here, because they climb out of the hole and then they climb into here. Now I fixed it. I fixed the way that spiders do that, and I will show you that fix in the next video. I will also I'll show you how to add very, very efficient cobblestone generators using these other two pools of lava. And I'll finish wrapping up the lava towers, or lava columns, so that they won't produce so much light. Because you can see there's only one skelly here, none there, there's a couple there. But if you go into the dark room, it's just crawling with creeps, including my friend the enemy. Alright, so next video we will finish this up, and I will have a link or a schematic for you so you can download it. It'll only be, I think the schematic, I'll chop it off at like 2 towers tall, and if you want to stack it, you can go ahead and MC edit or whatnot. But that is our working mob tower from my Skyblock. Thanks.